All right, so Dead by Daylight's finally doing their Operation Health patch just like Rainbow Six did in the past. I never thought this day would come personally, but it looks like we're finally doing it. So we had a PTB that was dropping tomorrow with a new killer. People think it's the Tokyo Ghoul killer. It's still not confirmed. That's being pushed out 3 weeks, and potentially everything else is being pushed out 3 weeks. I would assume the anniversary would stay at the same time, but other than that, who knows? We're basically going to go through this pretty quick and do kind of the Cliff Notes version because I've seen several people do like 40-minute videos of this thing, and we don't need to be yapping all that long, honestly. So, first up, let's look at this roadmap. We have anti-slugging slash surrender option, gamma settings, go next prevention, hiding and body blocking prevention, spawn rules and map offering balancing, improved AFK bots, blood point spending, new quest systems, more perk presets, preview your own perks in your lobbies. So, a lot of things coming up. That's just for the first half of the year. So first up, we got the surrender state. It says the team's been working on the surrender feature to limit player frustration on both sides. Basically, all remaining survivors are slugged. If all survivors are slugged, that'll give them the option to surrender and end the game immediately. Or if all the survivors are bots, all the remaining survivors, that's really important to note that I see a lot of people left out. So that's not saying all 4 survivors are bots. I mean, that could be the case, but say you kill 2 players and then the last 2 disconnect, that would also allow you to surrender and leave the match. Or if you kill 3 of them and the last player disconnects, again, that's the remaining survivors. 1 survivor left and they disconnect and they turn into a bot, you can also disconnect without receiving a disconnect penalty, and you get to escape. You get to retain your blood points, basically, right? Gamma adjustments. This is going to be huge for console players because, a lot of console players are playing on, say, their parents' TV or just a TV they have because they can't afford a monitor, playing on a 45-inch flat screen, 80-inch flat screen. It's really hard, especially when you got glare and stuff. So now you're going to have a gamma adjustment to be able to turn that up. So now you'll actually be able to see your game, right? Go next prevention. This one actually scares me genuinely. So we're actually going to read this one out because it kind of needs it, right? The go next expression refers to instances where survivors deliberately do everything in their power to quickly go to the next game, including walking up to the killer and standing still, running to a hook and repeatedly pointing at it, or most commonly, intentionally failing skill checks while on a hook. They don't mention anything about 4%ing. I don't know why. To de-incentivize and properly penalize this behavior, we'll be implementing measures that'll help us identify when a player is attempting to go next. Once identified, they'll receive a disconnection penalty point and lose an entire grade. We'll be keeping a close eye on the system to ensure its accuracy, but we're confident that this will help alleviate the issue. So this is what's concerning me is, if we're just being honest, behavior is not good at just doing anything, really. Everything they do has a lot of backlash. Like, if you look at everything they've ever implemented ever, it's always done poorly. It always has to be changed. It always has to be reworked. It always receives a lot of backlash. And something like this, where it's attempting to determine whether somebody's trying to go next, like, how could this thing possibly determine that you're pointing to a hook and pointing at the killer and then pointing to a hook? How could it possibly determine that? So I have a feeling that this thing is going to end up giving a lot of people disconnect penalties who don't deserve it at all. But, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they got something figured out. I hope I'm wrong, honestly, but we'll see. It is very concerning that they're leaving it up to like some algorithm to figure this out. On the other hand, we'd like to reward players who stick it out, and basically you're getting a consecutive trial bonus. So the more consecutive trials you complete in a row, the more bonuses you get. If you have teammates who DC, you also get bonuses if you stick and finish it off. Now we got extreme hiding and body blocking. Extreme hiding refers to survivors drawing out an unwinnable match by ignoring their objective and waiting out the clock. To combat this, we're changing the way AFK crows operate. Once a player receives an AFK crow, their location will be immediately revealed to the killer, which is awesome. I've been running into this a lot more lately. They've also made the way the crows are more accurate at identifying AFK players too. So maybe this will mean getting in and out of a locker slowly. You'll still get crows, or picking up an item and dropping it repeat. You'll still get crows. Hopefully that's how it goes. They also have this feature where once they receive their 3rd AFK crow, they will lose collision. So this will prevent survivors from being body blocked. I'm sure you've seen those videos where a killer stands in front of a survivor in the corner of a map and they're holding them there for 20, 30 minutes or until all the gens are done and in-game collapse kills them. So now that won't be possible anymore. You'll be able to hold them for what? Probably a minute. I think it probably takes 60 seconds of AFK to get 3 crows. I don't know exactly, but yeah. Up next, we got the map offerings. Basically, what they're doing is map offerings moving forward will increase the chances of being sent to that map by 20%. So you have a McMillan Estate offering, it's going to increase the chances by 20%, but it's not going to guarantee you go there anymore. They don't stack either, so Swifts can't guaranteed send you to a place. And also, there'll be secret add-ons now. So now you'll never know. So this is going to totally prevent alt F4s. That's something I never did to begin with, because it's just like, if you keep avoiding a map that you struggle with or you hate, you'll never get better at that map. So I think you should always play on bad maps, even when they're brought there by a map offering, even if it's going to be a really bad match. The only way you'll get better is to play that map more often, right? But I would still like to see that they tried to send me to that map so I can know whether to turn it up or not. You know what I mean? Whether I need to get sweaty or not, right? Spawn rules. Survivor spawn placements can have a significant impact on the trial's outcome. An observation has been repeatedly recognized by the community. It has become clear that survivors spawning separately and thereby covering more ground allows them to gain a notable advantage in completing their objective in the early game. Right? Obviously makes sense. I really noticed that with Lethal Pursuer. You'll have maybe 2 survivors here, straight out in front of you all the way back, and then you'll have a survivor all the way over here to your left, and then you'll have all the way one on the right, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I go for the 2 out in the middle, but then I got 2 working on 2 gens. By the time I get to them and down one of them, 2 are popping already. So yeah. And then they're going to change the default spawn to ensure that each survivor spawns within 12 meters of each other now. So now all 4 should be in one spot at a time. It's how it's always should have been, honestly. And they're going to change the shrouds to accommodate. The shrouds are the ones that change the survivor spawning, right? AFK bot, we can go ahead and skip over that. That one's irrelevant. Speed up Blood Wed. We're adding a button that allows you to spend blood points in bulk. I think they literally just need to make it, you prioritize 5 items. Priority 1 importance is Flower Babushka. Priority number 2 is Shiny Pin. Priority number 3 is Glowing Concoction. And then you just click spend 10 million blood points or 2 million blood points. And it'll prioritize those add-ons, and that's it, right? That's what they need to do. You got a quest system. They don't really elaborate on it. It's supposed to increase the fun of the game, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, they just talk about it. It's going to be a larger update to the archives and rifts. You got perk loadouts and preview. After some testing, we've allowed them to see their own perks and loadouts in the lobby, as well as additional perk loadout slots. It says their own perk loadouts. I don't know if this is a typo or what, because you can already see your own perk loadouts. You know what I mean? I really don't get it in the lobby. I think it might be meaning that you can see other survivors' perk loadouts. If that is the case, that's going to be a super huge buff to solo queue. Huge buff. And then, so yeah, that's it. That's all of the first half. And then they have the second half here. We obviously we don't have any information about it, but some of the stuff is a little concerning. You got anti-slugging continued improvements. So who knows what that might be. Maybe that will be when they think about a base kit unbreakable, and they're going to do the surrender option as a temporary solution for now, or just leave it as an option. I don't know. Who knows? Anti-tunneling. This is kind of concerning because, sometimes you got to tunnel. You know what I mean? There's just some situations where the survivors start kicking your ass and you have somebody on death hook. You just put them on death hook and you start getting your ass kicked. Like 3 gens pop, you got 1 left, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need to kill somebody. So, hopefully it's not like a base kit DS. That would suck. Then anti-camping, I don't know what this is also concerning, because what more can be done for anti-camp? Anti-camp is already great. Anti-phase camp, I should say. There is no anti-camp, because I thought they said camping was a valid strategy, and it is. There's times you need to be camping, but now we got an anti-camping thing. Who knows if they make the anti-camp or anti-phase camp meter 24 meters, you're going to be getting self-unhooks all of the time for free. So we'll see how that goes. MMR update, I have no idea how that's gonna work. If that's just gonna be us being able to see our MMR and stuff like that, or making MMR more accurate. Maps and keys are getting tweaks. Keyboard and mouse for consoles. I really like that actually. I think that's cool. Custom game improvements. Hopefully that allows you to select like, maybe I could turn on aura reading 24/7 so that way I can work on snipes and orbitals and double taps. That would be sick. And then accessibility improvements, prestige rewards, and reduce login steps. I'm really excited to see prestige rewards. I hope they do something cool and not just a banner and a badge, but something's better than nothing. So we'll see. But yeah, that stuff I just read off, that's July, December. So this is basically throughout the whole year. We're going to be getting these things April, May, June. So over the course of 3 months, we'll be going through the first half, and then July, August, September, October, November, December. It'll be 6 months for the last half. So we'll see how that goes. May, when they do the anniversary live stream reveal announcement thing, is when they're going to give us more information about the second half. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, that does it for this one. Hopefully that was quicker than some of the other ones. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these changes, and let me know if you guys are concerned with any of these upcoming changes too. And yeah, that is it for this one. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.